Lawyers have always voted against government. They are still looking for that leader. Na mwisho bakule kubolere efwe kama baluya kutokuwa candidate. Any coalition that does not give us number 1 or number 2 in that coalition, we are not boarding. Any coalition, afadhali tuhesabiwe waluya tukuwe na presidential candidate. Tuhesabu waluya ni wangapi. Lakini hatutaenda kwa any coalition where we are being told we are number 3. Hii ya Ruto hatuko, kwa sababu hatuko number 3. Musalia vitu yenye alipromisiwa zote amenyang'anywa. Alikuanga kwa presidency, ulikuanga president, deputy president, prime cabinet secretary. Wakang'oa. Akabaki president, deputy, Musalia akawekwa chini ya Kosgei. Ikakuja state corporations ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa. State corporations were there. Wakatoa kwa hiyo ofisi ya Musalia zikatupwa nje. Government delivery service where I've been a director. Yote ilikuwa chini ya Musalia, ikatolewa kwa executive order number 2, ikang'olewa. Musalia ameachwa na ile shell inaitwa foreign affairs. Anakaa huko peke yake. Musalia acted for so many days as a prime cabinet secretary. In the end, when Ruto was bringing back his cabinet, wakati alikuwa amedissolve cabinet, akarudisha Musalia peke yake kwa 30%.
There's something very strange that's happening in Mudavadi's political life. For instance, I've noticed he doesn't defend the government any longer. The president doesn't give press briefings alongside Mudavadi like he used to during the Rigathi era. And get this, Musalia doesn't even go around the country selling Kenya Kwanza anymore. Now, why are we seeing some social distancing between Musalia Mudavadi and Kenya Kwanza? That's the question that I want us to answer in this video, and with no further ado, let's get after it. The first reason why Mudavadi has social distanced himself from Kenya Kwanza is because his office has become a shell of what it once was. As we speak, Ruto has literally stripped Mudavadi of all functions via executive order and given them to Felix Kosgei. You don't even have to take my word for it. Just listening to Mudavadi's own PA called Kinoti making his submission on radio. Roll the tape.
Musalia vitu yenye alipromisiwa zote amenyang'anywa. Alikuanga kwa presidency, ulikuanga president, deputy president, prime cabinet secretary. Wakang'oa. Akabaki president, deputy, Musalia akawekwa chini ya Kosgei. Ikakuja state corporations ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa. State corporations were there. Wakatoa kwa hiyo ofisi ya Musalia zikatupwa nje. Government delivery service where I've been a director. Yote ilikuwa chini ya Musalia, ikatolewa kwa executive order number 2, ikang'olewa. Musalia ameachwa na ile shell inaitwa foreign affairs. Anakaa huko peke yake. Musalia acted for so many days as a prime cabinet secretary. In the end, when Ruto was bringing back his cabinet, wakati alikuwa amedissolve cabinet, akarudisha Musalia peke yake kwa 30%.
And it's true, this is part of the reason why you don't see Musalia Mudavadi anywhere these days. Even his role of streamlining the national government and the county government operations, that was also taken. So siku hizi kazi ni kuzunguka tu dunia. In fact, as we speak, I believe he's somewhere in Nigeria, as you can see in these images. And it's funny how people quickly forget what they went through. President Ruto, when he was DP, Uhuru stripped him of all functions of that office and gave them to Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Now Ruto is the president. Anarudi ile tu madharau alifanyiwa, anafanyia wengine. I honestly thought that because he went through that, he would handle other people differently. But turns out he's even worse than the one who oppressed him. Moving along, the second reason why Mudavadi is throwing a fit is because Ruto failed to elevate him to deputy president right after impeaching Rigathi. Because that was the general expectation, that Ruto is number 1, Rigiji is number 2, Musalia is number 3. If you're going to impeach Rigiji, Musalia ought to get a step up to deputy president. Then Kithure Kindiki can get a step up to prime cabinet secretary. That did not happen. Instead, Kindiki was leapfrogged from number 5 all the way to 2, because there was a very long line. Who's number 3 depends on what you're looking at. If it's constitutionally, it's Wetangula. If it is based on party coalitions, it is Musalia Mudavadi, a co-principal in Kenya Kwanza. If it is based on UDA hierarchy, it is Kithure Kindiki. So UDA hierarchy is the smallest hierarchy in all of those, and that's the one the president honored. Anywho, nonetheless, Mudavadi's PA Kinoti made short fire warning to Ruto that if Mudavadi is not number 1 or 2 in the next election, he's on his own. Here's the tip.
Lawyers have always voted against government. They are still looking for that leader. Na mwisho bakule kubolere if we come up with one candidate, any coalition that does not give us number 1 or number 2 in that coalition, we are not body. Any coalition, afadhali tuhesabiwe Waluya tukuwe na presidential candidate. Tuhesabu Waluya ni wangapi. Lakini hatutaenda kwa any coalition where we are being told we are number 3. Hii ya Ruto hatuko.
And I agree with Kinoti. If Mudavadi is not 1 or 2, at his current age, he cannot continue serving as a CS, to be honest. He was a CS, or a minister for that matter, during the days of Moi. This is nothing new to him. It's nothing special. He even served as a VP. Being a PCS is very bogus, especially a powerless, toothless PCS. And allow me to just use this example, bad as it is. If a man has a wife and a mistress on the side, the day this man and that wife have a problem and he decides to divorce the wife, the mistress expects that because they already have something going on, she will be the one to become the new wife. But if this man goes out there and gets another wife and the mistress continues serving as number 3, of course ataleta shida. She quickly realizes she's being used. And this is the problem that we have with Mudavadi today. He's coming to the realization that, look, Rigathi was impeached, I was overlooked, they brought Kindiki, now we're going to another election and they're considering Gladys Wanga because of broad-based. This is why he's making noise as early as now. Now, the third reason why Mudavadi is coming out to kind of poke the bear through his PA is because he was conned. He has realized this was all a long con. How are you the party leader of ANC? You enter into a grand coalition called Kenya Kwanza. Then they convince you to sell off ANC for a few bucks. And then all your rights and privileges are taken. Today, Mudavadi is not a co-principal in Kenya Kwanza. He is an employee. Because ANC does not exist. The deal was between ANC, UDA, and Ford Kenya. Ford Kenya still exists. Wetangula and Ruto are co-principals in Kenya Kwanza. Mudavadi is not. He has no party. He is partyless. He has no secretary general. He has no national chairman. He has no party headquarters. He has no aspirants who are willing to use his party. He thought that he's dealing with people who are good-willed, that nitawapea chama na mtanipea heshima yangu. But once you've given them your party, you've given them the very bargaining chip that you had to begin with. The only one for that matter. And now it's too late. Hata Mudavadi akifungua chama mpya, no one is interested in any party that Musalia Mudavadi launches in this earth. His only option is if he resigns voluntarily, or if he's removed, he had better join DCP or DAP. There is no other option. Kwa sasa the only party people are interested ya Musalia Mudavadi ni birthday party. Any other party? No. But let me be honest though, at the end of the day, if Musalia Mudavadi voluntarily exits Kenya Kwanza or is removed, whichever which way, Kenyans will be happy with that decision. You know why? The only path to the presidency for President Ruto is through Mlima Kenya. And he has sabotaged that avenue. They don't want anything to do with him. The only other group in this country that can go toe-to-toe with the numbers of Mlima Kenya if they can vote as a bloc is Western Kenya. And here you are mistreating Mudavadi. You have removed Secretary General Cleophas Malala from your party. Wetangula is also on the chopping block. Natembeya is being arrested every other day. Salasi is being frustrated every other day. Western Kenya is waking up and they're realizing this guy is a snake. We cannot trust him. So for the first time in a long time, this Kenya Kwanza group will go to Western and come out with nothing. They will be the first people in history. Because kila mtu enda Western anatoka na kitu. Hawa watatoka zero. But let me leave it at that. That's just my take on the matter, guys. Do drop me your comments in the comment section below. Do you think Mudavadi is well on his way out of UDA? Or do you think it's just that his PA is wise, but the boss is not, so nothing's really going to change? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below. I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. In the event you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula, hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.